My miserable life in Mysore. The conscientious inventory. Okay, and now the inventory. Fan on the ceiling? Check. The Ganesh decal on the kitchen wall? Check. Neighbors with loud music? Check. 3 shelves where I can roll out the contents of my backpack, meaning 3 pairs of trousers, 4 pairs of underwear, 3 shirts, 6 t-shirts, 4 books, vitamins, anti-mosquito spray, 1 bag of medicines? Check. There's also, unfortunately, that neon light to blame for the sudden and deep languor that crushes me, and out of the blue, stabbed in my Swiss Venetian self-control, mein Gott im Himmel, I violently crash land, and suddenly I miss everyone. Terribly. My son, my mother, my brother and his family, my sisters, my nephews, my London friends, my friends in Venice, and I miss you, whoever you are, reading these words, and all the people with whom I've dealt with in these last few months. Roberto and Giorgio, Matteo, Bob, all my friends who I've been able to cross paths with in Italy, in the United States and Argentina. I'm almost tempted to start missing my ex-wife, but no. I don't miss her. Too many were the fights and too strong the conflicts. However, I've been painfully missing everyone with an emotion I have not felt in how long? I don't know, but I know that I felt inside of me that I'd never ever see any of you again. But really never. There it is, sudden, unexpected, harsh solitude. I've lived with a lot of solitude in the last 2 years, and maybe my whole life, starting from when I was 16, and I left my family to go live in the United States. I should be used to it. But what I feel now is not just the reassuring and regenerating solitude that I'm familiar with. This is feeling lonely and alien. Yes, me, who thought that I'd always been lonely and alien. Everything will change tomorrow, I tell myself. I'm too tired from the trip, I repeat to myself. Tomorrow, I'll meet the other yogis and everything will be fine. I try to prod myself on. But the center of my chest and stomach give in. They really feel like they want to collapse. Must be the neon light, yes. Or it's because of sleep deprivation, right? This is what the annoying, irrational self keeps repeating. Tropical buzz, different time zone, disorientation. Maybe it's just because I've been feeling so good this last week before the departure. And all the positive signs for next year, and etc., and blah, blah, blah. My mind starts chattering like an all too talkative Indian on the London-Bangalore flight. And now, instead, here comes the question, the classic one. Yes, we are exactly at that moment. What am I doing here? I tell myself that in Europe it is dark and cold, and the toughest month of the year is about to come, November. Maybe I should have stayed there, close to my son, writing, working my butt off. Tonight I don't breathe the air of happy vacation I was hoping I'd feel in my lungs. I must find a calm to sleep and tomorrow start with a whole new rhythm. It could very well be that this is the premise of the famous deep change people say India sets in motion, that slow but constant massage of the soul that hurts at first, while those dark knowing hands dig among the ribs of your emotional and mental habits, making you cry like a baby and then making you feel anciently new. As if this land were capable, in and of itself, for some arcane electromagnetic or magic force to set in motion profound sensations that pressure those who feel them into facing themselves. In fact, on day 3, here comes the blow. Exactly as a neon-colored sadness has landed upon me, here comes, quick as a sneeze, that great feeling of well-being, on the verge with euphoria, that must be the other side of the impact that this land has on Westerners. After breakfast, they visited alone and barefoot the Imperial Mysore Palace, which is a practical joke, historically speaking, because it has been entirely rebuilt by an English architect less than 100 years ago, but who cares? Among its gardens, among the first Vishnu and Rama temples I ever visited in my life, speaking with a guide of the battle of Rama and the demons, among statues of groaning tigers who expel their threats into don't touch me in a certain way, diminishing their menacing impact, among families of elephants being painted carefully by workers in a river of barefoot Indians who serenely flow along the sumptuous corridors of Mysore Palace, there it is that I start feeling a great welcome, more pleasant than an early morning hot chai tea. Even better when I start wandering about town on a quick rickshaw searching for a table lamp so I can get rid of that neon light, rushing through the little shops of the dark corners of town, where you don't really see white tourists with hats and backpacks, but only merchants and local clients who yell at Kumal, the rickshaw driver I hired for 2 hours. Kumal, who doesn't get the difference between light bulb and table lamp, then takes me to a series of television shops, and along the route, along elderly people on broken bicycles, and other rickshaws who rush towards us at full speed, blasting their little horns, and the indifferent women selling their stuff on the floor, but never nervous or jumpy, and the shoe-shine boy who tries to stick his hands in my pockets and gets driven away by my driver with a shock and 2 slaps on the head that are too loud for my sensitivity. Then I realize that the external chaos pacifies my internal one, and in the night, finally, maybe thanks to my new 60-watt bulb screwed into a small black table lamp, turned toward the sand-colored wall, I feel so free, light, and happy that I almost feel the caresses of the warm embrace of Mother India, rocking me in her delirious sweetness, and I fall asleep with a smile.